What are the most common scams that people need to watch out for in Florida? Well, today I'm going to share the top 9 reported scams that are common here in the Sunshine State. And I want you to stick around for number 9 because it's the highest reported scam running rampant to Floridians right now. Everybody knows that Florida is a paradise. Well, until it's not, because while millions do move here for the sunshine and the beaches and, of course, the tax advantages, there's another group that moves here too. Scammers.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house.
Today I'm going to break down the most common scams targeting Floridians, especially new residents and, of course, retirees, and how to avoid becoming a victim. And like I said already, stay to the end because the last one is the scam almost everyone ignores until it costs them thousands of dollars. And I get this scam on my phone almost every day. Why is Florida a hot spot for scams? Well, firstly, we're the fastest growing state. We are number 1 for inbound migration, and we have a very large retiree population. But did you know that Florida also ranks among the top states for consumer fraud? Why, you ask? Well, we have rapid population growth. We have new residents that really don't know the local laws or what goes on here, so they come here kind of unaware. We have a high retiree population, which is a top target for financial scams, especially now that most scams are very technologically advanced. We also have a lot of tourism, and scammers know that millions of people come in and out constantly. And we have a high demand for services like after hurricanes, home repairs, lawn care, insurance issues, rentals or Airbnbs. They are prime scam territory. So let's break down the scams that Floridians and possibly tourists face every single day. Scam number 1, contractor and home repair scam. So this is a huge scam in Florida, unfortunately, especially after we have storms. Hurricanes and lots of rain during the summer. But I can vouch that this is going to happen regardless of whether or not we've had bad weather. Whether or not we've had bad weather.
Oh, you're a smooth talker. You are.
Now, scammers are going to go door to door, and they're going to offer you things like roof repair, tree removal for trees that have fallen. They're going to offer you water mitigation for any areas that had flooded in your house or maybe water intrusion. They're going to offer things like mold cleanup. And of course, they're going to try to scare you about black mold growing, after the rain or the flood intrusion. And of course, that can be true, but you really do need to deal with a true licensed mold experts to determine whether you have like toxic black mold. They're going to knock on your door about driveway or pool repairs or maybe pool screen repairs. So what should you be aware of that are some red flags when these scammers show up at your door? Well, first, a lot of them don't have a real business license. They certainly aren't showing it to you, or sometimes they show you a fake business license number. A lot of them are very high pressure. Oh, we're only out here for today and we're giving this great, deal, and your insurance is going to stop paying, so you got to hurry. A lot of them are going to request large upfront payments. Don't do that. A lot of them have out-of-state license plates on their cars or vehicles. They're going to offer to handle your insurance claim for you. No, don't do that. So how can you avoid these scammers? Well, again, you always need to check the license number on myfloridalicense.com. See if they're a real business. Did they change business names a bunch of times? That sort of thing. Never pay large deposits. Never. Never allow someone else to file your insurance claims for you. You talk to your insurance company first and let them vet who is dealing with you first. Guys, get everything in writing. And I say, go as far as getting photos of everything. I really recommend in this day and age that you get videos of everything, even the conversations that you have with any of these vendors. And have an employee of that company that they say they represent sign off on every discussion that you have with that door-to-door salesperson. Because if they're legit, they're not trying to hide anything. They've got somebody back at an office. You can check on that sort of thing. And another way to avoid it is compare multiple bids. Now, I'm going to tell you, in the state of Florida, it's hard to find good service workers. So if you're a great service worker, move on down here and show them what's what. Because it's hard sometimes to find some really good, reliable service workers. Now, there are some. I'm not saying there's none. But I can tell you, it takes a while. You have to go through. It's kind of like, finding the prince. You got to kiss a lot of frogs. Well, you got to kiss. That doesn't sound good. You got to kiss a lot of contractors. Don't do that. That's, yeah. No offense, contractors. None intended.
I'm offended that you don't know how you offended me.
But a lot of times you'll find someone, and you're going to read this all the time on the Facebook pages that are around here on, the Nextdoor platform that, I had this person that's showing up to do tile work, or they're coming to do the HVAC, and they don't show up. They don't call you. You've just stayed home the whole day for whatever service you needed in the house, and they never show up and they don't call. It is very frustrating, and it does happen. So I really recommend talk to people in your neighborhood, talk to people at your workplace, have them give you really good recommendations, but still bring in a few people and compare multiple bids. Scam number 2, real estate and rental scams. With migration booming right now for Florida, so do fake for sale homes and fake for rent listings. So what these scammers do is they steal photos, copy and paste from real listings, and they post them as rentals on places like Craigslist. Who is doing Craigslist anymore? I don't know. Facebook Marketplace, we'll really watch out for that one too. And of course, things like Zillow Rental Manager. And these scammers will say things like, hey, I'm out of the country right now, or hey, I'm stuck on a business trip. I've heard this one recently. They're waiting for their visa to be renewed. Or here's one from the last few weeks. Due to the government shutdown, I can't get a flight to meet with you or to, show you the property. But if you give me a deposit, I'll, make sure that you're the first one we think of. Or some odd excuses like that for why they're not here personally to meet you or show you that property. Now, I saw this with most of the rental room listings when I was helping my son in Denver try to find a room to rent. Denver's ridiculously expensive. They all wanted him to send a deposit to secure it. Never even seen it or met these people. How about no?
How about no?
So how can you protect yourself? Well, obviously, never send money without viewing a property. And if you are maybe out of town, or maybe you're in another state and you're not here in person to view it, maybe there's a friend here, or maybe a family member, or maybe a colleague or someone that you can get in to see that rental property on your behalf. Definitely look up the property owner on the county property appraiser site and see if the person advertising the rental is the actual owner. That's what I found in Denver almost every time we were looking for my son a room. They weren't even the renters. Oh, I'm doing it for my landlord because he's busy. Or, oh no, I'm doing it for this person. Or I'm just here helping them out.
Oh no, he didn't.
Another way to protect yourself is work with a real licensed realtor in your area, or call a reputable rental agency and ask them about what are the rental rules in that area, especially find out here in Florida. Always avoid wire transfers, people, until everything is verified and you know without a shadow of a doubt that that is a legit house or apartment or whatever it is you're trying to rent. Please, please, please don't send money until you know it's all legit. Scam number 3, Florida insurance scams. Wah, wah. I mean, it only makes sense, right? We have a lot of weather events, so Florida's insurance market is already stressful, which gives scammers a big open door. So some of their common schemes are fake insurers contacting homeowners. So if that happens, you always need to call your own insurance company and ask, hey, did you send Barney Fife out here to discuss my policy?
Well, we got little ways of making people talk.
Barney doesn't know about your policy. What about insurance adjusters who aren't licensed? Yeah, that happens too. Ask for their license. There's also premium fraud, roof claim scams that cause policy cancellation. That happens a lot. So how can you avoid any kind of insurance scams? Well, you need to confirm the insurers on Florida's Office of Insurance Regulation website. Are they really a real insurance company? Go to the website. Never, never, ever sign an assignment of benefits. People don't do that unless it's been advised by your insurer in writing. Have it in writing. Beware of unsolicited calls about, hey, did you know your coverage is changing? Make sure that you call the number on your actual coverage card or maybe your policy and verify if they had someone contact you about your coverage changing. Always, always say, if somebody calls you and says, hey, your coverage is changing, say, okay, you know what? I'll call my company right now. And then they'll say, but I'm your company. We can talk about it. No, that's good. I'll call my company right now. Scam number 4. Well, moving company scams. I think we've all experienced some level of that. I see it a lot, unfortunately, with people around here. New residence equals business for moving companies. But some companies offer a very low quote. Then they load your belongings on the truck, and then they hold your belongings hostage until you pay thousands more, because they'll say, well, you know, it was a lot heavier than we expected it to be. That happens a lot. How do you protect yourself? Well, use licensed movers listed with the FMCSA, which is the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. You need to get recommendations from people who had good experiences with moving companies, not just Google reviews from people you don't even know.
I don't know you.
Avoid companies with only a phone number but no physical address. I see that a lot too. Again, read reviews on multiple platforms, not just Google, and get multiple bids in writing. Understand your terms. Read the fine print. What happens if it happens to way more? What are they going to do? Are they taking your belongings off of one truck, putting it somewhere for a while, and then having another truck pick it up? Those are things you need to find out before you ship your life in a truck. Scam number 5, utility and government impersonation. This could be phone calls and fake letters. So the common messages include things like, hey, your power is being shut off in 30 minutes. I don't think so. Another one, even in mail, could be your driver's license is suspended. You need to pay this amount and send it here, or call this number. This one's big too. Jury duty warrant. Like you didn't make it to jury duty, so you need to call us immediately. So these scams spike in Florida because so many people are dealing with, well, changing their utilities when they move from one house to another, needing to get new driver's licenses, and of course, getting address updates. Never click links. Never, never. Go directly to the agency's website. Do not click a link in your email or anything else. Now, utility companies never demand immediate payment by phone. So if you're getting some kind of weird call from a utility company, it's not your utility company calling you for a payment. It is a scammer. Scam number 6, vacation rental and Airbnb scams. Oh, this happens a lot. So scammers list properties that they don't really own, especially in high demand areas like Anna Maria Island, Siesta Key, Tampa Bay, anywhere where there's tourism. So victims arrive on vacation and they discover the property that they rented and put money down on isn't available. So how do you avoid it? Always, always, always book through trusted platforms. Never pay by Venmo or Zelle. Listen to me here. Don't do it. Read reviews of that particular place and the host history. So whoever is the host on that particular, Vrbo or Airbnb, read the history on that person. Now, I'm personally a stalker. I'll look them up all over social media, make sure they're legit. I'm a stalker. Scam number 7, and I think this is so very, very sad. It is senior targeted phone and medical scams. Of course, again, to senior citizens. Well, because Florida has one of the highest senior populations in the country, scammers love to target them.
You are the worst!
Here's what they like to target. Fraudulent Medicare calls. Yeah, that's rampant. Pharmacy discount scams. Fake medical device subscriptions like CPAP machines or maybe a TENS unit or maybe oxygen tanks, stuff like that. There's also the famous, this is so sad, the grandparent scam. The grandma, I'm in trouble.
Hello, Grandma?
Oh, Jason, is that you?
I was arrested and they won't let me leave because I don't have the bail money.
So how do you avoid that? Well, you never share your Medicare information or your Social Security numbers with anyone. You need to hang up and call the number on the official website if you get contacted by anyone. Please, if you have any family or a really great neighbor or maybe a good church or, maybe somebody that used to work with that you trust, before you send money anywhere, discuss what, message you got from someone. Discuss that with them first before you send money to anyone. Scam number 8, new construction deposit fraud. It does happen, so be very careful. So with massive home growth in areas like Parrish here in my hometown, Lakewood Ranch, anywhere really in Manatee or Sarasota County, scammers like to create fake builder portals so that you can pay your deposit as they pose as the builder, and they'll say things to you like, hey, your lot that you want is about to be released, so please pay the $5,000 deposit here. How do you protect yourself against that? Well, again, only use the official builder website, not some random emails that come to you. You need to verify the emails directly with the sales office in conjunction with your real estate professional. That's why we are here, to help protect you. Never, ever, ever send deposits via Zelle or Cash App or wire unless you've confirmed it with the title company or the lawyer, whatever you're using. Now, I will say, and this is a good thing, that most title closers or lawyer closers, all of these closing companies are now using secure portals. I know the one that I use a lot is called Qualia, and they send all communications, all documents, and of course, wire instructions through that portal only. And everyone has a multifaceted security protocol so that you can get into the portal, answer questions, get results, get documents, all of that sort of thing. So you can trust those portals, but again, make sure you understand who's sending the portal. I always tell people you're going to get an email from the title company inviting you to a secure portal. When you get that email, call the actual title company and say, hey, Candy, did you send me? I got an email from Candy. Did Candy really send me a secure portal through whatever the name of the portal is? Is it okay for me to go ahead and go in there and set up my account? Make sure you do that. So here it is, you guys, scam number 9 and the final scam. And it really is the one most people are ignoring right now. And this is toll and easy pass text scams. Yes, I've been getting these. My husband gets these. They're so annoying. But Floridians are getting bombarded with texts that really look legit. And they tell you you have unpaid tolls and you need to resolve it immediately. Now, again, my husband and I are both on the road a lot. You know, me in real estate, he's in outside sales anywhere from Tampa to Miami. And of course, most of the toll roads around here, well, they're not manned anymore. So they just take a picture of you driving in your car. And these texts often use real logos. They have real looking links in them. And of course, they're going to threaten late fees. So sometimes I know I have thought before, gee, maybe I really did pass through one of those tolls and I didn't know it. But I was smart enough to check on a website and see and found out that those are fake. So the FDOT does not send payment demands by text. They do not. If you really did owe a toll, well, you're going to get a letter in the mail letting you know. And you're like, well, how will they know to contact me? Well, because they're going to have your car's license plate number, and whatever your address is attached to that license plate, well, they're going to send mail saying you really do owe a toll. And of course, when you get that in the mail, it's going to typically have a picture of you driving your car through the toll that you don't know is really there because it's just a camera. And it's usually while you're stuffing your face because you never have time to stop and get a bite to eat. And even if you do get one of those letters in the mail, make sure it's your car, right? Make sure the picture is actually you and your license number. Because sometimes they've mixed that up. You have to call. It's a whole hassle. But for the most part, remember, the Florida Department of Transportation is not going to text you and tell you you owe them money. It's not going to happen. So I hope I didn't freak you out, because Florida really is an amazing place to live. But you really have to stay on your toes and, of course, be smart. And I think that's true of just anywhere in our country or this world. I think it's true of every place. There are lots of bad characters in our world, unfortunately. So I wanted to make sure that you're aware of these common scams in Florida. I'm sure there's plenty more, but I want you to be aware of them so that you can avoid being a victim. And do me a favor, if you have been a victim of a scam from these 9 that we discussed today, or maybe from another scam that I didn't even mention, please help us all out by sharing your experience in the comments below so we can know what we need to avoid. Let us know what happened and how or if it was ever resolved, because I want to build a community on this channel that stays informed, and of course a community that just helps each other out. So please share your comments below. If you are relocating or thinking of relocating to the Gulf Coast, maybe Parrish or Lakewood Ranch or anywhere in Manatee or Sarasota County, be sure to get your free relocation guide in the link below. I'm Kathryn Newman. I will see you on the next video.